Microsoft clearly wants to compete with the big boys when it comes to video games and, of course, when it comes to their own games. I think that that's something that they've dropped the ball with. Obviously, with 343 Industries, I was very harsh on them and called them out and said, listen, I think it's kind of ridiculous that they haven't been able to, put out a better quality game. I understand that they're breaking away from what they would normally do, but at the same time, you're Microsoft and you're 343 and you have hundreds, maybe even thousands of people working for you, and dropping the ball the way that they did really kind of sucks. Clearly, Microsoft has some comeback stories and things like that that they've been able to really kind of do amazing things with. Sea of Thieves, that game launched bare bones and came back to absolutely be amazing. But now with today's announcement, if this turns out to be true, which, by the way, we're going to treat all leaks and this kind of stuff with a grain of salt, because it's not confirmed until it's confirmed. But yeah, I think this would be tremendous for Microsoft. We would see so much positivity from the community and from people all around the world with this, and there's no bad here. It would just be something that helps Microsoft and helps their first party kind of get back on their feet. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty big thing. Let's get into it. Should be fun. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of these videos that I do. It is a small goal, but a goal that I would like to do nonetheless. So I'm very much appreciative of each and every one of you that comes out and helps out and things like that. Would really be pretty awesome. So thank you guys. Now, again, Microsoft, they do things differently than Sony. Sony does different things than Microsoft, but Halo has long been a Xbox staple that really draws in a lot of people to the brand, and clearly Halo Infinite dropped the ball. I don't think Halo Infinite dropped the ball at launch. Maybe there were some things that should have been there that weren't, but I do think that they dropped the ball clearly with the post-launch content, and I don't think there's any denying that. But now we have some interesting things up here, we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be fun to see how this kind of all works out. But again, if this information is true, then this could help out tremendously, and I hope that it does. So what we see here is that Halo Infinite's Battle Royale, which is actually codenamed Tatanka, there's a leak that reveals new details. One of the biggest upcoming releases that Halo Infinite players have to look forward to is the arrival of Project Tatanka, a codenamed Battle Royale style mode that's currently being developed by Certain Affinity. Details about the experience are limited since it hasn't even been publicly announced yet, but throughout 2022, fans have been able to learn bits and pieces about the data mining and combing through public Halo APIs. Recently, new information came available. They shared what appears to be a data mine Halo Infinite game files that reference the mode. The code in the files indicates that Tatanka will have a distinct and very distinct intro phase, as well as deployment and release phase, and that players will begin each match by dropping into the map in a drop pod like they do in Halo ODSTs. While squads will deploy as a team, each member of the team will have individual control over their drop pods so they can land exactly where they'd like to. So if you ever played Fortnite or PUBG, you're going to be launching in a pod, which I think sounds cool. That sounds perfect. The data mine information also reveals that Tatanka will be a join in progress up until deployment phase, giving players time to join up with their friends ahead of the start of each match. They've also learned that unlike other Battle Royale games, you start off with no weapons at all. Tatanka will equip everyone in the lobby with an initial loadout that players will be able to fight with until they find better gear, which I think is kind of cool. At least give them a handgun or a pistol or something, because there's been a lot of times where I've played PUBG or whatever, and you land and then somebody's already found a pistol or something, or even in Fortnite, and you start getting your ass kicked. So yeah, having the ability to fight fire with fire a little bit would help. So while these leaks should be taken with a grain of salt, sources in communication with Windows Central familiar with Tatanka's development have confirmed to them that it will indeed have drop pods. Additionally, they've also heard that the ability for players to earn respawn tickets is being tested ahead of the ambitious mode's launch, though whether this feature will make it into the finalized experience or not remains to be seen. It's currently unclear when Tatanka will arrive and become part of the Halo Infinite content suite. It could arrive during the Season 4, which is mid-2023. There's still no mention on the mode or anything like that in the roadmap for March Season 3, but it's also possible that we may not see the Battle Royale launch until late 2023 or even 24. Ultimately, we won't know anything for sure until Microsoft and 343 Industries and Certain Affinity publicly reveal the project. But yeah, this is exactly the type of thing that they need. And one of the things that clearly is going to help Halo, I guess, kind of stay back where it needs to be, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that completely in a good way. I just feel like what's going on with Halo is that it got such a bad rap due to the fact that, you know, Microsoft kind of hyped it up like the game was good. The game was good. And, you know, for me, I just find it to be, you know, a little bit disconcerting that, you know, so many people are kind of like pissed off at this game. Like, I get it, because I think the game really dropped the ball as well. But I also think that clearly they could have done something better with the amount of time they had. I would have just personally, right, and this was even last year when there was like there's no co-op, I would have, I think, delayed the game another year, because I wouldn't launch a game like that until you absolutely had a year's worth of content ready to go. You've got to be able to have that content there. People need to be able to count on that. It's got to be reliable. And the fact that people aren't able to kind of rely on that is disheartening, to say the least. And, you know, it sucks to see Halo in such disarray, to be quite honest with everybody, because I felt like, you know, they didn't do a good job, you know, with that. And I also think that, that they can, they have to make this up to fans. Much the way, like, to me, they have to make up this year's lackluster year for Xbox fans in terms of first-party games. Like, I know that they have this slate of at least 6 games announced already for next year, but they need to make it up what they missed out on last year. So if they have 6, they need, I think, at least 10. Like, I think that, you know, you can put out Age of Empires 2 and 4, but the average console gamer doesn't care about that, you know? Yeah, Forza Motorsport, Redfall, Ghostwire Tokyo, obviously Starfield. Yeah, people want those, but you got to do more. You got to go Avowed, you got to go Hellblade 2, you got to do something else. There's got to be some big games in there throughout the whole year, and I think Microsoft owes it to the fans, because a lot of people have been very much just okay with everything that Microsoft has done. And, you know, get a Halo Battle Royale going. Like, that should have been a thing right away, in my opinion. And there were rumors that it was, you know, but you were worried that it was a fad or whatever. Listen, Apex, Fortnite, PUBG, it's not a fad anymore. It's just a thing that people want to play. So yeah, they should have had one. But anyway, I'm going to link this. Let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thank you so much for watching. Crap Gamer out.